All right, man. Good morning. Peace be unto you for this new year. It's the beginning of 2019, man. Time to get this thing together. So hopefully you didn't wait until the new year to change, but if you did, you got some resolutions that you're going to hold yourself to. This is the New Black Wall Street Book Club, where Black folk do read. You put in a book, we absolutely will find it. Good morning to you. I want to say thank you so much for joining. As you are connecting, go ahead and let us know where you're connecting from, what city, what state. Love to know where our followers are and who is going along this journey of personal development. We're going through the book Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice by Dennis Kimbro. Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice by Dennis Kimbro. And we're going to be finishing up chapter 1 today, which is the inner space, the final frontier. We'll do a quick recap as well. And this is, we got 2 more subsections, and we'll be moving into chapter 2 tomorrow. And this is just a commitment, guys, to personal development, a commitment to improve thyself, to take control of our thoughts and take control of our life. And so hopefully you'll go along this journey with us as we just make a commitment to read, man. Readers are leaders. We've heard that probably all our life. Many of us have put the practice down, but I want to be a catalyst for you to pick it back up and take control of your life. And so, New Black Wall Street Book Club, man, Happy New Year to you. Thanks so much for joining. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for going along this journey with me as we, again, make it a commitment, a daily commitment, 30 minutes a day, an hour a day, really a small amount of our time to do better, to be better, to have more, to get more, and that's just what it is. So as you guys are waking up this morning, if you're already up, man, it's time to get the show on the road. New Black Wall Street Book Club, man. You know what time it is, Mr. DJ? Hit the music. See if I can find the music. What's going on, Instagram Live?
New Black Wall Street Book Club. Evan Jefferson, brother, much love. Educating, elevating, because in knowledge is the power and we'll never give it up. Literature's for the masses. Where to put your money down, now how to watch your assets. Yeah, uplifting others is a passion. My brother Evan, he will turn it into action. New Black Wall Street Book Club. You should come read with us. Yeah, we comprehend and discuss. If we all just come together, there's no limit for us. Here comes your host, New Black Wall Street. Evan, take it away. New Black Wall Street Book Club.
All right, my beautiful people, man. Good morning to you. Thanks so much for joining. ERGJ, CEO of ERGJ Black Bazaar, back with the New Black Wall Street Book Club, going through the book Think and Grow Rich, a Black Choice, a guide to success for Black Americans, written by Dennis Kimbro in conjunction with the Napolean Hill Foundation. This is a book which I would say is a mix between Think and Grow Rich, As a Man Thinketh, some Black history in it as well. We've covered some pretty famous Black Americans, Mary McLeod Bethune, A.G. Gatch, and Ron LaFleur so far. And there's going to be more within this book that we'll cover as well. Great place to capture a little bit of history, be inspired by what has happened in the past, and know that if they could do it, we could do it as well. Hey, it's January 1st, man. A lot of people still sleeping, but I'm saying, hey, man, we're waking up and we're getting started on our day, getting started with our year, and started with a vigor, saying that this is going to be our year, and a lot of it's going to have to do with the seeds that we plant inside of our own and inside of ourselves, within. It's what you sow, you will reap. And so ask yourself this morning, ask yourself, as whatever time you may watch this, what seeds are you going to sow in your life so that you can reap the benefits from that which you have sown? If you don't like where you are, or if you feel like, hey, there's more available unto you, then you must sow those seeds into your own life. Become a farmer that sows those seeds. Today's episode is sponsored by ERGJ Black Bazaar. Of course, you can check them out, Afrocentric Marketplace, at www.ergjblackbazaar.com, www.ergjblackbazaar.com. I want to share with you the 2019 calendars. We do have a few left available for you to pick up. This one here is the Black History calendar. It's from slavery to the White House. Yeah, obviously has Barack Obama on it, Frederick Douglass, Shirley Chisholm, quite a few prominent Black Americans, man. Historical calendar that you can pick up. Only $15 for you to pick up as well. This is the last one that's available, but you can pick it up today or check out the other calendars as you plan your year. Planning your year. And so a planner, calendar, journal, planning your year. There's a good quote that I've come across that said, "Hey, finish your year, start your year after you finish your year." A lot of that, what that means is that you want to plan it out. You know, the events that you're going to attend, the conferences that you're going to go to, the workshops that you'll be a part of. You want to plan it out first, and then actually execute that plan as well. So a good way to help you with that is a calendar. $15, you can pick that thing up. www.erjblackbazaar.com. Get your calendar today. Now we're going to pick up again in Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice by Mr. Dennis Kimbro, and we're into our last few subsections of the inner space of chapter 1, inner space, the final frontier. And then tomorrow we'll be moving into chapter 2. That we do broadcast daily at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so, you know, if you're up in that morning, you can catch us live, or you can always catch the replay, Instagram Live on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube at ERGJ Enterprises. Hey, so this section here, as we get into the book, we get into our reading for today. The first subsection is a choice is not dead. Choice is not dead. Goes on to say this. The world is full of people who believe that choice is dead and individual freedom is an idea of the past. These individuals will rather opt for the intangibles, luck, fate, or roll of the dice as the determinators of success. It would be wise to abandon such thinking. Historically, Black Americans have caucused at great length over the subject of power, both its abuse and lack. Over the last 50 years, power within Black America has come to mean control over one's destiny, call for the unification over one's destiny, all power to the people, to recall past expression. Call for the unification of Black Americans, to recognize a common heritage and move toward a common destiny. Black power is an intriguing slogan. It conjures up past struggles within a race and a nation, groping to find common cores. It suggested dominance and retaliation by a Black nation for centuries of oppression. It also implied emancipation and full participation in a culturally diverse society. However, both banners failed to uncover the one true power that every Black American has: the power of choice. The power of choice. You and I, we have the power of choice. At some point in life, we Americans become keenly aware of the constant choices that present themselves. Choices that will determine our destiny. Choices that will determine our destiny. It is as though at birth we were given two sealed envelopes, each containing explicit orders by which our lives would be governed. One envelope would contain a list of blessings we could enjoy if we recognize the power of our mind, take possession of it, and carefully direct it to the goals of our choosing. The other envelope would contain an equally representative list of penalties that we will pay if we fail to recognize this power and use it constructively. Now, this is interesting to me because I immediately think about the blessings and the cursings in the Bible. Two envelopes. You know, one route would be the list of the blessings that you can enjoy. If you recognize the power of your mind, you take possession of that power and you carefully direct it to the goals of your choosing. The other envelope is a list of penalties that we will pay if we fail to recognize the power and use it constructively. Your thoughts are the only thing you control. Your thoughts are the only thing that you control. Either you control them or you relinquish your greatest gift to others. Without control, the mind loses its effectiveness. With control and direction, it gains power. You will not have power until you reorganize your mind and keep it clear of disturbing influences. Use your mind to shape your destiny, to fulfill whatever purposes in life you choose, and to avail yourself to all the riches that come in the sealed envelope marked blessings. Years ago, Booker T. Washington penned the following words: "It would serve you well to commit his quote to memory. The circumstances that surround a man's life are not important. How that man responds to those circumstances is important. His response is the ultimate determining factor between success and failure." Let's read that again. Booker T. Washington. The circumstances that surround a man's life are not important. How that man responds to those circumstances is important. His response is the ultimate determining factor between success and failure. How we respond to circumstance, how we respond to things that happen in our life, how we respond to negativity, how we respond to frustration, how we respond is important. And I was listening to Earl Nightingale the other day, and he basically said, he was quoting someone else, but he said that the difference between success and failure really comes down to not that people don't have problems. We all have problems. We all come across issues in life. He said that the difference is the successful people find solutions to their problems, while unsuccessful people basically just complain about their problems. So that's choice is not dead. Next subsection, our last section today, it'll be a quick read for us today. I just wanted to finish up chapter 1, and then we're going to actually end up doing some reviews, and I'm going to take that offline into our what I consider our mastermind group or our book club group, where we actually dive deep into applying these things that we are reading. We're getting the knowledge, but I really am, again, I'm on a journey of personal development, and I want to help as many people as possible to develop themselves in whatever manner that they like. I feel that's such a huge area of growth and development, self-help, mental health, all those things. And I'm finding that, or I just believe that the power of reading can help so many people if we just take it seriously. So I'm gonna do my part to be able to help as many as I can, and for those that want to go along this journey of development. Why so many continue to fail? The reason why poverty still clutches the throats of so many in this land of abundance is because so many have yet to comprehend and apply the mental laws. Now, earlier in this chapter, we went over the mental laws of use, laws of compensation laws, cause and effect. So we talked about that earlier. If you missed that, I think that was episode 2. But comprehend and apply the mental laws. Many, unfortunately, have not fully understood the premise. First, the dream, then reality. Everybody put that in the comments below. First, the dream, then reality. First, you dream it, you believe it, then you act upon it and make it become reality. So first the dream, then reality. By failing to direct their minds on that which they desire, and by allowing their thoughts to aimlessly drift to that which they do not desire, they become like Job. For the thing I greatly feared has come upon me. I want to stop and talk about this for just a second. Let me read this again. By failing to direct their minds on that which they desire, and by allowing their thoughts to aimlessly drift to that which they do not desire. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been in this space where I've allowed my thoughts to aimlessly drift. Napoleon Hill, he talked about this in Outwitting the Devil. They called them drifters, and it's a very interesting concept to me, because at any moment we could want to take a break from this thing called life, and then begin to allow our thoughts to drift, and where we're out of control. Whereas I'm finding that the more that we take control, the more that we stay in control, the less we want to take a break from the life that we're living. Now, I'm not just talking about just taking a vacation. I'm talking about literally wanting to like temporarily quit, temporarily stop, temporarily give up on this thing, this life. Here's the interesting thing, the life that you've created for yourself, right? We have created the life that we live. And many of us find ourselves in positions where we are not necessarily happy with the life that we created for ourselves, and therefore we want to take a break, and then our thoughts drift, and then we begin to get the things we do not desire. Whereas I believe the better approach is to say, hey, I've created this life for myself. Now I'm going to take control of my thoughts, create new thoughts, so then I can create a new life. And so again, this journey of personal development, self-help, taking control of my own life, understanding that I got a responsibility and that I have created that which it is that I live right now. And if I understand that I am a creator with my thoughts, and if I want to change my results, then I can take control of my thoughts and I can change those, sow new seeds of thought, and get new results in my life. Sow new seeds. I'm going to read this one more time. By failing to direct their minds on that which they desire, and by allowing their thoughts to aimlessly drift to that which they do not desire, they become like Job. For the thing I greatly feared has come upon me. So either we are going to direct our thoughts or we're going to allow them to drift. And that's a decision. That's a choice. That's something that only you and I can do within ourselves. Nor have the masses fully understood the laws of cause and effect, or sowing and reaping. For their pain and anguish, their results are predictable. They must permanently lay to rest the damaging belief that it is possible to receive something for nothing. This simply cannot be done and runs contrary to the law of life. And the counter of success, at the counter of success, there are no bargains. A price must always be paid in advance and in full. For the individual who is willing to pay the price, his rewards will be greatly multiplied. By overlooking the basic laws of riches, welfare continues to entrap successive generations of Black Americans within the jaws of poverty. The focus is now more than ever on how one thinks and uses his unlimited potential to create the kind of existence he or she desires. Thought creates your inner world, and thought can eradicate your self-defeating creations. Thought creates your inner world, and thought can eradicate your self-defeating creations. That bears asking the question, what have you created with your thoughts? What habits have you created for yourself with your thoughts that could be self-defeating? I was talking to a friend the other day, and we were talking about how important this area is, this thing called self-development, this thing called taking control of yourself. How valuable, how important it is, because many of us sabotage our very own. We call self-sabotage. Because we don't take control of our thoughts and we allow them to drift, we end up sabotaging ourselves and thinking that it's something else. You know, the greatest enemy that we have is ourselves, but yet many of us will cast that blame on something else. We create these mythical figures as if they are to blame more so than we are to blame for not taking control. Perhaps now would be a good time to ask the question. Here's some questions that you want to ask. What are your thoughts? What are you currently thinking? Are you going to grasp the infinite possibilities that lie before you? While some might say it's too simplistic to suggest that thoughts control everything, remember, your thoughts are the steering mechanism of your life. Constantly check your habits. Have you allowed your thinking to become clogged with the paralyzing visions of poverty or racism, anxiety, or fear? If so, change your mental pictures. Set aside time each day for thinking, meditating, and concentrating your mind on your desires. Now, this is the step. This is an action that you and I can take to really begin to take control. Setting aside time each day for thinking, meditating, and concentrating your mind on your desire. So that bears This part right here, because the world is so noisy. It seems almost impossible for many people, not impossible, but we make it seem almost impossible for us to just set aside time for our very own thoughts. And before I got on this morning, that's what I did. I said every day, every morning, I'm going to take some time to think. I got out a piece of paper, wrote down my desire, wrote out my goal, and I started thinking about ways to accomplish that goal. And as I was sitting there, thoughts were generating, ideas were generating that I wrote down. And it's becoming clear on which direction, where to go, what to do next, all these different things, steps to take. Now it's going to be up to me to take those steps. But I wouldn't even be able to take those steps if I didn't take the time to think about my desires, meditate on where I want to go, what I want to do, where I want to be. We're in 2019 right now. And have you taken any time to think about where you want to be by the end of this year? What you want to accomplish, what you want to have, acquire, do, whether it's a degree, a house, or a business that you want to build, or how many clients you want to service, or how big you want to be, or whatever the case may be. Have you really just, today is a great day to do it, by the way, right? This is a time where many people are saying, hey, this is a new year. And here are the things that I want to accomplish. It's a great time to do that. I think yesterday was a great day to reflect. I think today is a good day to cast forward. So think about, again, take some time, and I recommend an hour a day to set aside time for you to think about, to meditate, to concentrate on your desires. Now, what's interesting about this is the time that you want. This time frame is not a time frame. Meditating is not sleeping. That's one thing I want to say, because it's easy just to fall asleep on your dreams. It's easy to fall asleep on your desire. This is a time for you to be awake and alert to receive. And I think that's hard, for when people get still, they get bored, they get tired, whatever. But this is a time for you to be alert enough to receive from within direction. So I don't know what that is for you. For some, you may have some music playing. For some, it may be a relaxation time. I don't know. I don't know what that is for you. But I found for me that as I take time, daily time, to think, meditate, and concentrate on my desires, what I want to do, what I want to acquire, where I want to be, all those good things, that I get instruction and ideas from within. And I want to tell you this morning that a lot of the answers and the solutions to your problems, whatever they may be, most of those you can find within. Now, here's why I say that. I've done a lot of coaching in my time, and I'm really on the cusp of getting back into it. I don't know, but here's what I found as I've helped to coach people in this area of personal development, goal setting, getting the things you want out of life. What I found is that as I speak to these individuals, the only thing they really need help with is pulling the answers out of themselves. In other words, have you ever been in a situation where you was frustrated, you were anxious, you had a problem, you had an issue, and you just needed someone to talk to? And this need to talk to someone was not necessarily for them to give you answers. It was just for you to get everything out. And then as you got it out, you found answers through your speech, through what was coming out from within. So this is, if you've experienced that, I've experienced that so much in coaching that, like, it's not like they're looking to me to give them answers, even though it's perceived that they are, but it's actually just guiding them to find the answers for themselves. And so if that's you and you're saying, I need a little help with that, I'm willing to help you in that area, to find the answers for yourself, because I believe the answers are within you. It's just so much noise taking place in life that we don't set aside time to think, to meditate, and to concentrate on our desires, that we may need to set aside some time with someone else, an accountability partner, a coach, whatever it is that you want to call it, to help pull it out of you, to help you to discover the answers that are already within you. So set aside time each day for thinking, meditating, concentrating your mind on your desire. So when I talk about going deeper, when I talk about recapping this chapter 1 and the rest of this book and books that we'll read in the future, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm saying, hey, we're going to take some time, set aside time for those that are serious about developing this year, those that are serious about accomplishing their goals, those that are serious about creating a new version of themselves. And we're going to help each other to prosper. We're going to help each other to maximize our potential. We're going to help each other. So I'm still in the process of creating that platform, but that is where we're going with the New Black Wall Street Book Club. That is where we're going for those who want to realize and actualize the best year of their life. And then they can look back on and say, man, because of these seeds that I sown, because of these actions that I took, here is the level of success that I was able to obtain in 1 year. And if I look at this 1 year versus the previous 10 years, I accomplished more in this 1 year than I did in the 10 years before, because I was intentional and because I allowed other people to hold me accountable to my very own success. And that's where we're going with New Black Wall Street Book Club. So if that's you and you're saying, hey, you want to be a part of that, just make sure you inbox us at wherever you are finding this at right now, because I'm so serious about helping as many people as possible to take control of their very own lives and to live the life that they want to live. That goes back to your desires, right? Okay, that's enough of my tangent. I'm sorry. You'll find that ideas are more powerful and expand when reflected upon. The more you think, the more you'll be able to see clearly. Subsequently, you will grow and develop as a person. Man never reaches heights above his level of thought. Think about that for a second. Man never reaches heights above his level of thought. By engaging in thought power control, not only will you transform your own life, you'll begin to have an impact on those lives around you. By engaging in thought power control, not only will you transform your own life, you'll begin to have an impact on those lives around you. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm the type of guy that has decided to live a life that makes an impact. To live a life that makes not just live a life to make some money, to live a life that makes an impact. Now, I understand that the bigger the impact that I make, obviously, right, the more money I make, because that's called useful service. It's called value for value. It's impossible to cheat the world when it comes to the exchange of value for value. You'll make a bigger impact, help enough people, help them, and then the world will help you. So anyway, that is chapter 1, guys, the final frontier, inner space, the final frontier. We'll be doing a recap tonight for those that are already part of the mastermind group, and really diving into the wisdom of these words, right? Not just having the knowledge. We got the knowledge, but then now we need to take another step further and say, okay, well, now let's talk about applying what we have learned from the stories of Mary McLeod Bethune and A.G. Gaston and Ron LaFleur, applying what we have learned by with these mental laws, how to apply it to our lives, right, so that we can get maximum benefit from that which we have read. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight for the mastermind group that I'm a part of. And I'll be looking to open that up to those that are joining us for the first time, wherever you are in the world. And so if that's something that speaks to you, saying, hey, I want to go on this journey, I want to go deeper, then just inbox us and let us know that you have an interest. And that way, as I formulate how we're going to do this, I can make sure that I get in contact with you and let you know here's going to be the process for you to join us on a weekly basis. As we recap, we go do some deep dives into that which we're reading. We take what we have learned, we take the knowledge, and we turn it into wisdom. Let me say that again. We take the knowledge and we turn it into wisdom. Application, right? That is where the power is. It's the applied knowledge that becomes wisdom. And that is where the power is, because you've applied it. Not just read it, not just glanced over it, but you said, man, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna sow that seed into my subconscious. And then then I'm going to witness, right? The cultivating of that seed into the fruits of into the fruit that it becomes. And that's going to be the fruit of your life. Hey man, this is ERGJ from obviously the author of the Black Billionaires Club, in case you guys don't know, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, CEO of ERGJ Black Bazaar. And I'm on a mission this year to help as many people as I can to change the way that they think and then change their life. And if that's you, you're saying, hey, I know I need this personal development. I want to take control. I want to own up to the responsibility of the life that I've created. And I understand now the power of choice. I have a choice. I can make a choice to change. Everybody put in the comments below. A choice to change. I can make. I have a choice that I can make to change. This episode has been sponsored by ERGJ Black Bazaar. Again, guys, I keep mentioning journals. Get journals, something to write down. Capture your thoughts. Those are available at ERGJ Black Bazaar. And I introduced you guys today of calendars. We do have Afrocentric calendars. This one here is the Black History calendar for 2016. This is the last one that's available, but it's thin. It actually got Mary McLeod Bethune in here. We were going over her. I'm not quite sure. Frederick Douglass, John Mercer, Booker T. Washington. I might keep this for myself and nobody gets it. But again, we can learn from history. We can learn from our forefathers. And I think this is a great book that shares with us some of those stories that we can be inspired by, that we can learn from, and we can know that if they did it back in 1900, 1912, 100 years ago, if they built million-dollar businesses 100 years ago out of slavery, then we can do it today, right? If they could do it 100 years ago, coming from slavery, poverty, illiteracy, if they could do it 100 years ago, there is no way that we can't do it today. Hey man, leave your feedback, man. How you guys enjoying the book club? How are you guys enjoying it? What are your feedback? Leave me some feedback. Let me know. Are we doing a good thing here? Now, I know it's not going to be popular among everyone because it's just that thing. But we're gonna keep doing it. We're gonna keep doing it. We're gonna keep doing it. And I'm only looking for people who are looking for us that want to go along this journey and have the greatest year of their life. Anyway, man, it's ERGJ, man. I want to say thanks so much for tuning in. I want you to remember this, man, that it takes a village and it starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. Black folk do read. You put it in the book, we absolutely will find it. Hey, man, you guys have a wonderful day today. Whenever you may be watching this, remember this, and you know what time it is, man. Mr. DJ, hit the music.
It's the new Black Wall Street Book Club with your host Evan Jefferson. It's time for us to go. Yeah. Now you ain't gotta leave the computer, but we encourage you to get out there and learn and apply all the things you learn at the new Black Wall Street Book Club. Yeah. New Black Wall Street. The new Black Wall Street.